Last time out of Rise of Glory Club 2, we had beaten Burnley by 3-0 in the FA Cup third round, and we looked very good as we beat the Championship side. A lot of games have happened since we last met. The next game we had was a 3-1 defeat against Notts County in the league, which makes the Burnley result look a bit more impressive or a bit more disappointing if you consider the fact that we should have won this match, but I can't complain. Especially when we took on our next opponent, Millwall, and beat them by 4-0 despite the fact we had less shots than they did. We were just very clinical, and we showed that we knew how to score, so happy days. However, we lost Lewis Ward to QPR because they activated his minimum release clause of £275,000 to clubs in a higher division, so congrats. He's made one appearance on the bench for QPR so far, but I don't think he's done much other than that, but at least he's got to move to a Championship side. The next match we had was against Wigan Athletic, and our 4-player turn manager, Jerry Patterson, got one over me as he guided his side to a 1-0 victory. We should have won this match, but they scored the winning goal, and I'm disappointed. At least we destroyed Bolton Wanderers in the next match and made sure to send them messages with this result. They had nothing to say, they couldn't get a single shot on target. We were very good in this game and showed why we're so scary. And after that match, we actually signed a new player in the form of Femi Aziz. He got injured almost immediately after signing for us, which is why he's only played 6 times so far, but he's been useful, and I can't complain with the fact that we signed him for £135,000. Reading wanted to get rid of him. I said I'll take him off their hands, and they gave him to me, so a good signing as far as I'm concerned. He could be a leading League One player in the future, but I think he could be a Championship player in the future. Really depends on what we can do with him, really. But he couldn't play in this game against Leeds United, and I kind of wish he was able to because we drew 0-0 in a game that we really should have won, but they also had some good chances as well, so maybe it just wasn't all us, but our possession style play might have been figured out by the teams in League One. But matter not, because we can apparently beat Premier League teams at their ground. This felt undeserved, but I'm taking it either way. They had 21 shots, and next year 2.63. We had 14 shots, and next year 1.96, and beat them 2-0. So Leeds United at Ellen Road were dispatched by Forest Green Rovers. League One Forest Green Rovers, I might add. So a happy result. And then we drew 1 against Plymouth Argyle, and yeah. I swear, every time we have a good result in the FA Cup, we follow up with a disappointing result in the league. It feels like it's happening every single time. I'm not happy with it. But then we drew our 3rd league game in a row, as we drew 0-0 against Leyton Orient. Their goalkeeper got an 8.8 average rating, which I think tells you where the problem lied. Their goalkeeper decided to become Superman today, and we missed a penalty, so that didn't help. But we beat Barnsley in the next match by 2-1, coming from 1-0 down at half-time to win 2-1. Femi Aziz scored on his debut from the bench. That's how long he's out for. And it was only this game he came in and was able to play, and he scored the winning goal in the 94th minute, so a good choice then. But then we performed the biggest shock of them all, and beat Southampton by 4-1. Zidane Iqbal decided to take the game into his own hands and scored 2 goals against them. We were 2-0 at half-time. Cannonier got injured and has been out for most of this period of time and has only just come back today, so that's how long he's been out for. And we just completely destroyed Southampton and win the FA Cup 6th round as a result of this match. And I can't even say we don't deserve it because we were the better team in the XG, even if they had more chances. So we can beat the Premier League teams, not just by luck, but convincingly too. 2-0 against Leeds, 4-1 against Southampton. And we beat Burnley 3-0 in the live game we did last time out. And they're in the Championship, so maybe we're actually a good team. And we followed that Southampton game up with a 3-0 win against Birmingham. Finally, we're winning a game after the FA Cup triumph, and this felt good. It gave me a lot of faith that we are actually going to be really good this year, and that we're not just a one-trick pony, at least for now. Because we then took on Oxford United and almost lost because we were down to 10 men very late on. They did nothing for a lot of the period of time, and then once the red card happened, well, they had chance after chance after chance and were really, really good. So we got lucky here. They decided to just become amazing once the red card happened, and I might try to do something with the formation. It didn't work, and I got lucky I didn't get punished for it. We then took on Burton Albion and conceded the goal inside 26 minutes, and then equalised 2 minutes later, but still drew by 1 goal each, and it didn't feel good, really. I wish we'd won this game, I really do. And then we took a Port Vale and drew 0-0, despite perhaps being a better team in this game, and oh my word, I am starting to get frustrated by the fact we're giving up these points. That's 3 draws in a row. Can we not do this, please? Come on. But the last game we've had before we met was against Wycombe Wanderers, and we absolutely destroyed them in the momentum chart after we got the opening goals at 8 minutes. Phillips, playing on the left wing like he did last year for us, and whilst the first goal went in, the floodgates opened and we really started to take control and dominate the game. A 3-0 win against Wycombe Wanderers. I'm happy. As things stand though, ourselves and Oxford have both at least got a top 4 finish. I say top 4 because Burton can't get any more than 80 points. Cardiff, I don't think can catch us either. So if we beat Cardiff, we will have secured a top 3 finish, which is great. And that's our game in hand. Oxford just lost their last game by 3-1 against Millwall, while Plymouth drew 1-1 against Wrexham. So thank you to both of those teams for doing something useful for once. I'm happy that you've helped me out. But yes, we've been great, but at the same time, we've been terrible because we drew those 3 games in a row. And I'm actually going to show you something that is important. So, first half of the season, Oxford were better than us because we drew more games, but they won more games. So that's fine. But then the second half of the season is going to annoy me more than I like to admit because we're down in 4th with a game in hand. If we win that game in hand, we're back up the top. But Oxford are down in 7th, Cardiff are down in 5th, Plymouth are down in 8th. So this has been one of those things where we've not dominated the second half of the year. We've been quite bad, actually. And in fact, Charlton and Shrewsbury got more wins in this part of the season than we have so far, which, as far as I'm concerned, is disappointing. Add the fact that Burton and Salford have done the same. I want to dominate everything. I'm not happy I'm not dominating everything. And yes, I know I'm a new promoted team, but my home record is so good, I can't help but be bragging about it. So, there you go. It's the waveform that's causing us problems, and that's where we need to improve for the rest of the season. But still, today, we're not talking about the league. We're talking about the FA Cup 6th round, the quarter-final. And in fact, before we go in this game against Aston Villa, I've been informed by the media and the game that it's set to be a sellout, which means a lot of money for us. Given we got 6.3 million in the bank right now, and we have at one point had 6.6 million, that gives me hope that we're going to make a lot of money. I'm going to come back to this later because I've got £196,000 in gate receipts right now. When we come back from the Villa game, I'm expecting it to be close to a million, maybe? I could be wrong because we get half the gate receipts for the FA Cup game, so if nothing else, the FA Cup has been wonderful for our financial benefits. Even if having 15 extra cup games between the EFL Cup, the FA Cup, and the EFL Trophy might have hurt us in the league. But yes, we've got a few problems. Carr and Zidane Iqbal apparently need a rest, which is not great. I've got a game in hand, and that's happening. I've also asked the league for an extra game to be called off because of international call-ups, which is not great. And that's this week coming up. So I would have made up the game recently. I'm not making up the game now, so that's annoying. So I've got 2 weeks, effectively, to recover for the next game. But I've actually changed the squad a little bit. So Smith, Nolan, Taylor, Fish, Coulson, Carr, Iqbal, Bellingham, Aziz, Phillips, and Cannonier start. On the bench, we've got Austin, Happ, Clarkson, Jenks, Mitchell, Tawanda, Bloxham, Biller, and Jackson. So I don't think we're going to win, but I'm hoping we can do something regardless. In fact, I'm actually going to have Clarkson start instead of Carr because he's slightly tired. And that might be something that comes back to bite me, but I'm going to do it either way. Either way, though, now that that's sorted, can we beat Aston Villa in the quarterfinal of the FA Cup to go to Wembley? Let's find out. So this is a big game, and it's a 4-4-2. They got Lorenzo Luca. That's amazing. And they got Smith Rowe as well, but I'm not expecting much. But if we win this game, it'd be amazing. So let's see how we do, and let's hope we can pull off a shock. Okay, I didn't expect this to have no highlights at all, but at least we're holding to a draw, I suppose. That's a good thing, right? We have to go to our first part of the game, and it's in this 6-7 minute game. We've got a throw. Carlson applies a fine, blocks him, doesn't find it. Travers gets the ball. This is going to sound terrible, but I actually would not be against the idea of us being knocked out here, because it means we play less games in other competitions, because we kind of want to focus on the league right now. Smith Rowe finds Nketiah. They got so many former Arsenal players. Watkins is in. Watkins scores. They lead inside the 67 minute of the game. And I know I said I wouldn't be against the idea of losing, but I don't also want to lose. It's a mixed feeling for me, because I think being knocked out would be great for our fixture congestion not being a problematic thing. But at the same time, I want the money. I want to do better. Oh, no. We've got a corner. Carr to take it. And it's been headed away. Clarkson can get to this. He does. Finds Carr again, who's got a good cross on him. Here's Bellingham. I guess... Oh, my God. Turanda scored. We've equalised. Oh, my God. We've equalised. Oh, my God. It's 1-1. I don't even know. What is this run? Bellingham finds Turanda. How has he found... I mean, who's that defender that's just backed away from here? Nketiah. Oh, no. We've equalised. We've been our last change. I swear, if we win this game, it'll be almost a nightmare for the FA Cup run. A League One team get to the semi-final. That isn't the best pass, mind you, but Simpson finds Hayden. Okay. Watkins on the ball. Try and make it 2. Nketiah scores. He's made up for the mistake he made. From the corner, it's now 2-1. The fact it's taken Eddie Nketiah and Ollie Watkins to get the 2 goals in a 4-4-2, that's mental to me. It really is. Another highlight started. Immediately. Nolan now. Out wide to Jackson. And we've not had some great performances out here, but Jackson is interesting. He's going to play in the middle. He has done. Finds Bloxham. He's put it over. I think it's the first time we've seen it's not got in. I'm going to go for this. Not because I want to get the win, but because I just want to have at least say I went for it at the end of the game. This might come back to bite me. I've gone attacking. Here's Ramsey. I'm desperately looking for this goal. Conto finds Diego Carlos. And now Simpson, Watkins. This is probably a goal for Villa at this point. Smith Rowe, Nketiah. This is a strong Villa team as well. Watkins is in. He should score. It's free. It's over. They're through. I decided to try and go for it. And yes, we probably should have done better defensively. But at the same time, this has been a great performance from us. And the fact we got to this stage of the FA Cup is outstanding. And a full house of Villa fans cheering them on is something to behold. And I think Villa could be a place that we want to go to at some point in the future to manage if we have the opportunity to do so. And I just realised I'm still not attacking. This could be 4-1. Watkins, well, it's fish now. I might just go off there attacking to keep this respectable. But fair play to the lads. They've done a good job here. Bellingham finds Bloxham. This could actually be 3-2. It's not going to be 3-2, is it? Diego Carlos, that kind of pass. Okay, might be something here. Taylor gets the ball back. Here's Noland. Carr. I should go off there attacking, I know. But I want to see what happens here, this highlight. Taylor, Noland. That's not a great pass. Here's Watkins. And then Nketiah's now cut through. It's going to be 4. Yep, 4-1. All right. I should have gone off the attacking, but whatever. I'm doing it now. I've got no reason not to at this point, but oh well. I went to these highlights. I went to this, and it's cost me, but whatever. I've got nothing to lose anymore. Aston Villa, we just tried a passing game, and I don't know what Nolan's thinking there. He's absolutely cost us a goal at this point, and I don't know who it was that... I don't know why Fisher's doing that diving tackle in either, but 4-1 Villa. If it ends up being 5, I feel that's harsh. I will feel like 4-1's harsh. No, I feel like 5-1's harsh, sorry. But I don't think it will be, right? It is not going to be 5. Okay, thank goodness. Corner, Smith Rowe takes it. It's headed away. And I can't even say I'm disappointed by this. because it's the quarterfinal of the FA Cup. I don't want to win this competition, but my word, we made them work. And it was only after Nketiah came on from the bench that they decided to actually be good. So fair enough. We lost 4-1, but they did pretty well, and we made them work for that. Okay, so I only made about 600,000 in the end, so it wasn't as much as I hoped we could make, but it's still good money. So there you go. But what I'm going to do is end this here. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys will like and share this video, and that you will subscribe to the channel. It really does help me a lot. What do you think of the Cup run, and should we now win the league with no FA Cup distractions? Only hear your thoughts and opinions, all that down below. But anyway, until next time, goodbye, and well, good night.